Hello everybody. Hope I am audible.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Praduman. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. Let's wait for other also to join. Okay. So hi Neha.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Hi, Nana.
Hi Neha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good too. Okay. So I am making you the co-host.
Okay, thank you.
And so that we all can. Hello, Dr. Yi. How are you?
Good.
Good. Okay, so Dr. Yi, I have made you the co-host, so even you can share your screen. So let's wait for another 1 minute, and then we shall start with the formal introduction and the presentation. Is it fine?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Another 2 minutes. So Neha, can you please confirm if Shashank has joined, because I cannot see him, so that I can make him.
Yeah, I was also just checking the same.
Acha, ठीक है.
I'll just check. I can't find him. Maybe in a minute he'll join because it's not 6:30 as of yet. So
Okay, so meanwhile, the people those who have joined. Okay, so hello everybody. Thank you for joining in today. I am Dana. I take care of marketing and business development at the Globalizers. So Globalizers is a foreign education consultancy. We are a 14-year-old organization based out of Indore, SAD GR Technological University, and they will be presenting about the courses, about the college curriculum, and the admission criteria. So for from Lawrence Technological University, we have Dr. Kingman Yi. He's the director, MS in Automobile Engineering Program. Then we have Miss Neha Vaidya. She is Indian representative. And then Shashank is about to join, and he is an alum of Lawrence Technological University, and he has done mechanical engineering, Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering from LTU, and then currently he is working in Islantis Automotive. So let's wait for another 2-3 minutes, and meanwhile I'll request everybody, they can keep their all queries and question ready. So after, once the presentation from Mr. From Dr. Yi and Shashank is over, we'll take all your queries related to automotive engineering, related to Lawrence Technological University, or anything related to the courses. So Neha, please tell me when to start. We can start whenever you say.
Sure. Can we wait for like 2-3 minutes more?
Yes,
Because I'm waiting for Shashank to join
sure,
in.
sure, sure. No issues. Whenever you say, we'll start.
Yeah, sure.
So Neha, I just want to mention one thing. So today we have students from master, like for PG and UG both. So we have few students, those who are in school, and we have students, those who are in their undergrad.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. For undergrad, in case if they have any questions related to their admissions, then they can directly connect with me.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so those who have just joined now, so thank you everybody for joining. We are waiting for Shashank to join. So we'll take another 2 minutes and then we shall start the session. Thank you for your patience, guys.
Hi, Neha. I just called Rai, so he is logging right now.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Liping.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. So maybe we can start with Dr. E, and in the meanwhile, Shank can join us, and then afterwards he can add on his experience.
Sure, sure. Okay. So, Dr. Yi, I'll just stop sharing my screen so that you can share, and I'll give a quick introduction again to all those who have joined recently. So, hello everybody. I am Naina. I am from the Marketing and Business Development Department. From the Globalizers. We are a foreign education consultancy. We train students for TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, and GRE, and then the latter part, which is visa and counseling. So today we have Lawrence Technological University, and from Lawrence Technological University we have Dr. Kingsman Yi. He is the director MS in Automotive Engineering program. Then we have Miss Neha. She is Indian representative, and yes, we are waiting for Mr. Shashank Rai. He is an alum of the university and he has done Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Currently working with Stellantis Automotive Company. So over to you, Dr. Yi.
Okay, thank you. I'll share my screen. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Yi from Lawrence Tech. I'm the director of the MS program in Automotive Engineering. So today I'd like to give a quick overview of the program, some of the course information, and then some work experience you could have, and some of the labs you can be working in. So our MS Automotive Engineering degree, it builds upon your mechanical or electrical engineering background. Those are typical students that come in with their undergraduate background. And then the coursework that we offer, it focuses on the automobile engineering part of it, the components and function, not so much manufacturing or management. We have different degree programs in manufacturing and also in management, if that's your main interest. We have some educational objectives that all the students are expected to achieve. So the first one is to analyze, interpret, and develop advanced knowledge in the automotive engineering principles and theories. And then the second one is to effectively evaluate and communicate technical information. The third one is to analyze, evaluate, and or create technologies in automotive engineering. And then lastly, understand the importance of lifelong learning and the impact of ethical issues and professional practices. So these objectives will make you a well-rounded engineer and who can contribute to the world very nicely. Take a look at the coursework for the degree. The total degree would be 10 courses, a total of 30 credits. We have 4 core courses: applied thermodynamics, mechanical vibrations, advanced mechanics and materials, and then a math course, engineering math course, engineering analysis 1. These core courses will give you a good background for the electives in automotive engineering, and also can prepare you well if you want to continue into a doctorate program. And then at the bottom, we have the 6 remaining courses, which are the technical electives that you can select depending on your interest. So here's a list of some of the technical electives we have. So you would choose 6 of these courses. And there's a few courses not listed here because I ran out of room, but also we have new additions, new courses from time to time. So other courses come from mechanical engineering, and they can be involved with thermal fluids or solid mechanics. You do have a thesis option. So you have the 4 core courses as mentioned before. And then instead of 6 tech electives, you would take 3 technical electives. And then the master's thesis would be 9 credits. And those are spread out over about 3 semesters, sometimes more, depends how fast you work. So the work involves that you propose the research to the faculty and get approval. And once you get approval, then you perform the research under a faculty's guidance. And then after that, you would write your thesis, and then you would have to defend your work in front of the faculty and the public. This is an oral presentation. And then you would need to publish 1 or 2 papers in the various journals. So this is very good if you intend to continue into a doctorate program. Gives you a very good experience. As far as the laboratories go, there are no laboratory classes in the MSA curriculum, but you can get involved with different labs. For example, as an extracurricular activity, you could participate in the SAE competition teams. So we have the Baja off-road vehicle, we have the Formula SAE, we have Formula Electric, and then we have a super mileage, which tries to get the most mileage per gallon. So these are all found under our Blue Devil Motorsports organization, which I am a co-advisor with Dr. Yu. A lot of our grad students get involved with these. Another lab is a particle image velocimetry lab. So we use lasers and cameras here to enhance flow visualization. So that could be part of your thermal fluids work if you're in that area. We also have a Johnson Controls Vehicle Systems Lab. This is a state-of-the-art 4x4 vehicle chassis dyno. It has individual torque control for each of the wheels or each of the rolls. So it can do all-wheel drive vehicle performance analyses. Also acceleration testing, other performance, other types of testing. So we do have some research going on and you could get involved with that. Quick look at admissions requirements. First of all, you submit the application for the graduate admissions. The background required is a Bachelor of Science degree in mechanical or electrical engineering, or some close equivalent from an accredited or equivalent university. So automobile engineering is also fine. A minimum GPA of 3.0 is required. If not, we can talk about that on our next slide. Next, you have official transcripts to be submitted. One letter recommendation, at least, preferably from employer or professor, not just from your friend. And then lastly, we need a resume, which includes professional experience, like work experience and any extracurricular activities. Like if you're on the Baja team or whatever, that also very helpful. And then for the applicants who do not meet all the conditions for regular grad admissions, so in other words, if your GPA is a little bit low, we can consider you for provisional admission. So committee would evaluate that. So you should take the GRE exam and pass the TOEFL, give the committee an idea of where you're at. And then if the students are found deficient in a particular subject area, you are required to enroll in some couple of pre-core courses, usually, before being allowed to enroll in some of the core courses. So these are undergraduate courses, so no graduate credit will be granted for these courses. But taking and passing these courses shows the committee that you're ready to go into graduate work. For industrial work experience, you can look into CPT. CPT is a curricular practical training. It is available to F1 students after you complete the 2 semesters of courses. And then you can work at a job, but it has to be related to a course that you're taking so that it is tied into the curriculum. And typically it's a job off campus. And then you have to complete your CPT before graduation. Another option is OPT. This is optional practical training. So this is after you graduate. So F1 students can apply for OPT 3 months before graduation. And you have to complete a OPT workshop. It's a module and you have to score more than 15 points. And then the OPT lasts for 12 months. So you can work for 12 months after graduation. And then look for, in the meantime, you can look for a permanent job. So the Office of Career Services can help you in many, many ways. For example, career development, so guidance in that area. Career planning tools, so how to interview, how to write a good resume, things like that. The office can also help you find internships and also on-campus jobs. The office gives workshops to help you improve your marketability so that you can sell yourself better and all the skills related to that. And then the office also, they offer career fairs and expositions several times a year, as shown in the picture at the bottom. So we have many, many companies coming in, and you can go visit each one and do a very quick interview there, bring your resume, so that'll get your foot in the door. We use this handshake kind of application, and it allows employers to look at you. It allows you to look at everything that's listed on the left there. So it keeps you in contact with all the different information that we have. Okay, so that's a quick look at the program.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Yi, for the presentation. And I just want to make a quick announcement. Yes, Shashank is here. So like I mentioned before, Shashank is an alum of Lawrence Technological University, and he has done Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering and currently working with Stellantis Automotive. So welcome, Shashank.
Hello.
Yeah, hope I am audible.
Yep. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yeah,
Yes.
all clear.
Awesome. Sweet. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. But before that, please don't mind my caveman look here.
Not at all.
Since COVID started, I decided that I'm not going to cut my hair or my beard till they call me back full time to work. And they have not yet. So that's the reason why I'm still looking half caveman here. So I don't use Zoom that often. So
No issue.
oh, I'm not able to share my
Oh,
screen right
yes,
now.
yes. You have just joined, so I haven't made you the co-host yet.
Okay.
Just a minute. Yeah. Now you're able to share your screen.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
And I would request everybody to keep their questions ready for Dr. Yi as well as for Shashank.
Damn, I don't use Zoom that often.
Okay,
and I'm trying to
so
figure
when
this
you
out.
go at the
I got
top
it.
of the
Got it.
okay.
Okay, can you guys see my screen? Should be my name
Oh,
with a few lights on there.
Sorry, just
Yes.
a minute. Yes.
Yes,
Awesome.
we can.
Sweet. So, hi again. My name is Shashank Rai. So I'm basically from Bombay, India. I mean Mumbai, India. I still call it Bombay because it's the thing. I was born and raised in Bombay. I moved to Detroit area to do my master's around 2014. And yeah, since then I've just been in and around this area. So I did my undergrad in VNIT Nagpur. You guys might have heard about NIT Nagpur. So I did my undergrad there, and then that graduated in 2013 from there. In 2014 is when I started my master's at Lawrence Tech in mechanical engineering with a focus on thermal track. And I did do my thesis too while I was here. Oops, sorry. While I was in Lawrence Tech, I took, along with my regular program for mechanical engineering, I was also quite interested in weight cars. So took part in a few SAE programs. So like, fortunately, I got to be the team lead for the SAE super mileage project in 2015. And also then took part in the 2016 project. Just to give you guys a concept of what this project is. A super mileage project is mainly you're building a car for maximum fuel economy. And in 2015, since it was the first time for us, we got the best newcomer performance of the year. Quite interesting that time. And while I was doing that, also was helping the FSAE team. So that was fun. Totally two different aspects of, let's say, working on a car. One for maximum fuel economy, and the other one was for like all performance. In that meantime itself, I did get lucky, and well, luck is always one factor, but like you have to push yourself, and like nothing's gonna show up on your plate. You gotta keep trying for it. So like I was able to be a research assistant at Lawrence Tech and work on two micro hybrid projects. One of them being on the bottom left corner, you'll see the chassis dyno. It's basically where we have a vehicle and we put it on rolls and we will do the testing accordingly. So it was two mild hybrid projects that we were working on. It was really interesting, and that actually gave me a good boost to get, I would say, steps into my work life, because that's kind of how I started my work career at Stellantis. And it was really convenient because all this was in-house at Lawrence Tech. So like I didn't, so all these four projects were done in one building. So I didn't have, like, after class, I'll just go to this one building and everything was in there. It was really convenient that way. So yeah. Okay, so a little bit about my work career while we're at it. So I started working with Stellantis, which is basically Chrysler. So we produce Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's now called Stellantis since we merged with PSA. I started working there 6 years ago, so 2015. So like Dr. E was saying about CPT programs, I joined in 2014. Since most of our classes are in the evening at Lawrence Tech, it gives a good flexibility to work at CPT at a full-time position. The reason you can do that is because, as I said, the classes are in the evening. It does give you that flexibility to work till like 3, 4 p.m. and then attend your classes, especially if you're looking for a graduate program. And that's kind of how I got into the CPT program. Then I had 12 months of CPT. Now in that course, I have to finish my program and then I can move on to my OPT. So what this let me do is, while I was in that CPT program, at the end, I could finish my program and then continue with my OPT without even losing my job. So even before I graduated, I already had a job in hand and I just had to continue that. That was really nice about those having evening classes. So I started off as a powertrain test and development engineer. So it included a lot of chassis dyno testing, which again, I got some experience of how the chassis dynos work, what type of instrumentation, what type of data acquisition system, softwares we were using at LTU were pretty much, I would say, what the industry is using too. So that gave me a good head start from an industry perspective and back that job, I would say. So I did that role for like 3.5 years. And then I started doing a lot of benchmarking work, which included hybrid vehicles, because if you think about it, all the components are becoming electromechanical, or they're getting into hybridization or electrified, so like battery electric vehicles. So there's electrification going on in all sorts of powertrain. So then slowly in that 3.5 years, I believe the last 2 years of that 3.5 years, I was involved in benchmarking electrified vehicles from the whole fuel economy and drivability perspective. And then I got a good hand and understanding of how these XEVs, or let's say electric XEVs, are all type of electric vehicles. So I got a good understanding of how these propulsion systems work, and then I was able to get absorbed into the benchmarking for electrified powertrain. And that's my current role. So I will look into benchmarking activities for all mild hybrids, hybrid electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid, battery electric vehicles from a propulsion standpoint of view. And I also do represent Stellantis at two, I would say, it's a US car. So what US car is basically a collaboration between Ford, GM, and Chrysler. And we, 3 OEMs or 3 companies, get together and we will do joint research projects, joint benchmarking projects in order to save cost. It does help when 3 OEMs are getting together and we can benchmark a 3rd OEM or a 4th OEM. And also, plus that gives a good interaction too, like when you're interacting with other companies, like people from other companies. I'm not saying you're sharing secrets or anything, but it just helps build more relationship. So that's a little bit about my work stuff. Moving on, since I've come here, I do like to travel and play around. So these are a few things that I was lucky enough to go around. One thing, you guys know, Michigan, it gets cold and we get a lot of snow up here. So snowmobiling is always fun. I try to do that once a year. I go further up north from where I am. We get a good load of snow there. And it is amazing out there. Just you think it's cold. Yes, it is cold, but the suits are amazing. You don't feel a thing. Um, and then I did get an opportunity to go around the Michigan International Speedway on a retired NASCAR car and hit like 150 miles per hour plus. That was amazing. I did do skydiving too, but that photo is not here, so forgot to add that. And the few hobbies are like I do like carpentry work now. So bottom right corner is like me helping a friend. We were building a shed. Now that photo doesn't do justice. Total height of that is like 20 feet. And when hobbies are, there are mistakes supposed to happen. We were not planning it to go 20 feet, but yeah, that's what happened. So, and in the bottom left corner is my Jeep. That is a ongoing project that I'm working on side by side. So that's my little baby or toy, however you want to call it. And I keep working on that and chugging along. So there are some more photos of my Jeep going off-roading. The bottom right corner is the day how I got it. And the top right corner is how it is right now. So, but yeah, that's pretty much me. And one thing I would like to say is I have noticed, I know it's late for you guys, but like whenever, if whoever students are trying to come into a school or something, one big thing is never try to wait for opportunities. Ask. There is no harm in asking. Worst you're gonna hear is no, right? So just always make an attempt to uh, try to ask, and then we can see what happens from there.
Okay. So thank you so much, Shashank. And even we have prepared like few questions for you, if you don't mind. So shall I proceed with that? So you are on mute, Shashank.
My bad. Sorry.
No issues. Okay. So um, so okay, we have one question from the students. Okay, okay. So we have students currently, those who are attending this session are from various backgrounds and from various streams. So we have students, those who are in school, like they are in 11th grade or 10th grade, and we have students, those who are doing mechanical engineering and from other fields. So
Okay, nice.
yeah, just a minute. Okay, so Shashank, like why studies abroad in first place and particularly USA?
Okay. First of all, this question, please do not think about it as a fad. Uh, like it is nothing like that. And people who think life is better on the other side of the pond, it's it's pretty much the same. Don't get me wrong. Like you have to do a lot more work by yourself out here. When I say work, it's like stuff that you would normally depend on other people to do around you. That's a few negatives that you have to do out here by yourself. Especially if you like, let's say if you own a home or something, then it just multiplies, right? But other than that, the reason why I moved to US is because I was looking for more practical oriented a study program. And most of the universities in India were offering a more theoretical and academic related program. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to study abroad. And then I wanted to do automotive, right? So now when I was looking for automotive related mechanical engineering, there were a few schools around US, there were a few schools around Germany, and I was looking at both options. But eventually I chose US because I was lazy and did not want to learn German. And that was one reason. And other reason was because I had four cousins living here at that point. So, and plus I did not have any family in Europe. So I thought US would be a better place for me at that point, even though they're like almost a 5-hour flight away. But in a way, I just thought it'll be a little bit better, a little bit more comforting for me.
So I hope you do not regret your decision coming to US.
No, I definitely do not. Well, I mean, I never know how my life would be wherever else I would have been, but like right now, I do not regret it. So,
Okay, and how did you decide about Lawrence?
so funny thing is, I still remember this very clearly. I applied for 8 universities,
Mhm.
out of which 6 were in Michigan,
Okay.
and I believe one was RIT New York,
Mhm.
and one was University of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I was going, so I got a few admits from Michigan, like around Michigan schools. I did get admit from Tulsa. I did get an admit for RIT also. But the main reason why Lawrence Tech appealed to me the most is it is in the heart of automotive industry. Like,
Michigan.
yeah, not only Michigan, like the city, Southfield it is in,
Mhm.
Ford, GM, Chrysler, they're all in a 30-minute drive around from the university.
Okay.
So that makes it, that's kind of what drew me towards big time. Plus, then I was looking at the programs offered there and the facilities. So that kind of drew me more towards Lawrence Tech because they had the facilities for labs. They had different programs that I was mainly, or I would say courses that I was mainly interested in. And plus the proximity to stay in and around these big companies. So when you have big companies around, you have these 3 big companies, but also along with them, you have like, I would say thousands or 10,000s of supplier companies that are also in this area. So that helps you get a job way faster.
Um, and what is Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering is all about?
Uh, 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 Let me see how I can frame this answer.
we can
So I
flip this
did a
answer.
very thermal related track, right? So that included thermodynamics, that included fluid studies, uh, mainly. So my focus was understanding that like mechanical engineering is a very wide aspect, but my main focus was trying to work towards engines and of the for engines of the vehicle,
Mhm.
right? And that's why I was focusing on thermal side. So like, as I said, thermodynamics, fluids, and like those aspects of the study of the program. And another main reason why I did Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering is in my head, when I was doing that, I was like, what if the automotive industry goes south or like something happens in the future, so that way I'll have a mechanical thermal degree, and like I could always move towards a direction where engines are there. So that could mean moving into generators, moving into heavy equipment or stuff like that. So that's kind of why my main focus was thermal engineering, and which was a part of mechanical engineering.
Okay. Um, and so, how do you got your first job in the USA, and what all efforts you made towards it? So, while you're answering this, I just want a small request. Once you answer this, just keep in mind that we have students from for UG as well as PG. So,
Okay.
if you can guide them both.
Yeah. So remember, like at the very end of my presentation, I said, don't be shy, always ask.
Yeah.
It doesn't go bad. And worst thing anyone can say to you is, no, I cannot do it. So that's the worst thing. No one's going to beat you up or kick you out or something. So they're just going to say, no, it's not going to happen, right? So my first job in US was Stellantis. And that's after my RA. I'm not considering that as my first job because that was in school. So while I was working for these SAE projects and doing my RA and doing my normal program, all my friends around me were applying for job at that time. So kind of like peer pressure kicked in, and I started applying too, and getting my resume ready and sending it out. And I got a call, and they I was looking from powertrain perspective because also my RA that I was doing, uh, that was related to what I was looking for. And my first job was basically very similar but expanded version of what I was doing as an RA. So, and in order to get the RA, I still remember it was like I was looking for opportunities to work around. So I got lucky with one of the professors who was responsible for the RA, and she was also working closely with the FSAE team. And I was in one of her classes at that point. So everything worked out and it fell in place. But as I said, what efforts? It's basically networking, right? So like you gotta communicate with people and try to see what options are available for you, and that's mainly where it stands. Like networking plays a big part in job search.
Okay. Okay. So can you please elaborate a bit regarding RA for our students?
Okay, so RA is like a research assistant position, and what that does is you can work on projects that are either a PhD project or a uh, industry project that the university is simultaneously working on, and you can be a part of it by supporting your assistants to those projects. And also what it does give you some economical benefit. So you can either get paid for it, uh, or else you could get some reimbursement towards tuition. So that's mainly what RA is. It's just a research assistant. So you are just doing, you're not a tech, you just, you are focused in technically, yes, because you are doing technical work, but also it just helps you assist the other professors do their project too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, what is the current job scene in the industry when we are talking about automotive engineering, yeah, automobile sector?
Right now, actually, it's doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Companies are hiring left, right, and center
Okay.
because after COVID hit, things went south
Mhm.
for a little while. But now things are actually looking on the upside,
Mhm.
and companies are hiring right now. So that is definitely good to see.
Okay.
Uh, and also, a lot of companies have started, work from home option
Mhm.
for what's possible. So that is also a flexibility that comes in. But yeah, so right now the job scene is looking good, especially for people who are looking to come here in the next 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
Because normally there's a saying every 10 years, there's like a dip and then it picks up. So the previous dip was in 2008. And then now this COVID basically pretty much took that dip. And then now we're getting out of the dip. So right now the job scene is looking better.
Okay. And any do's and don'ts for study abroad aspirants?
Uh, do we have most of the students out here from India itself
We
or
have,
all?
I guess, yes, majority, majority.
Okay, so one thing I noticed is study culture is a little bit different out here
Mhm.
than what in India it is.
Mhm.
In India, I'm not criticizing any system out here, okay, so don't
No,
get me
no,
wrong.
no.
In India, I've always felt it's more rigorous and like more strenuous. Here, it was a little bit more organized, which helped
Mhm.
me focus better, I would say.
Mhm.
And also, as long as you are doing your homework, you are you're paying attention in a class, and as I said, your homework, your projects, your final exam is a breeze. So that is one thing for classes out here. Like whatever material the school's providing, or the teachers or professors providing, that pretty much is your Bible, and like stick to it, because most of the universities out here are like, let's say in like a deemed university, so they're by themselves. Rather in India, how you have one university and you have multiple schools and colleges as part of that university. So the university decides the curriculum
Mhm.
rather than the professors who are teaching it, correct?
Okay.
So then it becomes like a forced purpose to study, whereas studying abroad, it becomes like, okay, whatever the professor's teaching, that is what's gonna show up in the final exam.
Okay.
So yeah, and one more recommendation, sorry,
Yeah, please.
is start practicing to do stuff on your own.
Okay. So for that, you mean cooking?
Cooking, cleaning, you name it.
Okay. So do we have, I'll just check in the chat box if you have any question. Dr. E has answered and Neha has answered. Okay. So I have one question from Saksham. So I actually have similar interest in engines and fuels. So is the main course thermodynamics, or is there any specific engine course? If there is any specific engine course, I'm in class 11th currently.
Okay, so you are in 11th. So you still got time before, I mean, I would say a couple years before you get into your undergrad, right? So actually a year before, but the reason I'm saying a couple years before you get into these elective option, because your first year is going to be like a very normal, common course when you get into engineering. So when you're interested in engines, thermodynamics is one of the major aspects of how the engine works. And then along with thermodynamics, you do have fluids. So like in Lawrence Tech, we call it transport phenomena 1 and transport phenomena 2. Dr. Luke and Dr. E, correct me if that name has changed or no. If not, then I can continue. So thermodynamics, transport phenomena 1, transport phenomena 2, and they mainly focus on how the fluids move around the system. So like, engines have oil, engines have coolant, and that helps in the flow of the study. Now that's on the thermal side. Then you also have the design side where, you can get into like CAD designing, CAE analysis, that's computer, I keep forgetting what CAE full form is, but so like simulation stuff, where you can help design an engine. And that's another aspect of designing, like what kind of courses you'll be looking out from an engine perspective. One more thing that I have noticed is when you say interest in engines, I'm hoping you are meaning interest in electrified engines, correct? So like hybrids and stuff, because that's where the industry is moving.
Yes. Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Is there another question? Aman, do you want me to take that question now?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, actually. Okay.
Which one you want to take, Shashank?
I mean, I don't know if that question is for me or someone else. I'm planning to do masters in computer science. Any advice you want to give?
So anybody, I think this question is open for Neha, Shashank, and Dr. Yi.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have mentioned few details about the
Uh-huh.
admission related, but if you want to add on something, you can definitely.
I mean, you can go ahead. I mean, I don't do computer science. It's boring.
Okay.
That's,
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, again, like as I said, job opportunities are opening up like crazy, especially in computer science field right now. It's insane. I was just talking to a friend yesterday, and she was like, the job opportunity is booming right now for computer science and IT related work. It's insane. So I don't have specification on programs. And also because I did not do that program, I would be the wrong person to advise you, because then I might be steering you in the wrong direction unintentionally. So I generally would not give you guidance.
Aman, just
Alright.
wanted to add on in this. With the studies part, what Shashank has mentioned that you have to do a lot of work on your own. It still remains the same for every program, whether it is mechanical engineering or computer science. So you need to be ready to do practical stuff and do everything on your own. Faculties definitely would be there to help you out. And we have a lot of good faculties and a lot of good students out there. So in case if you want to connect with any of our faculty for computer science, you can definitely connect with me directly. I can help you out in connecting with any of the faculty over there.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if anybody wants to shoot any question directly to Shashank and Neha, you can please unmute yourself and ask. You're open to ask any question.
Hello, just one last thing.
Yes,
I would
Akshay,
ask,
please.
I would like to ask Shashank sir to put his any contact in the chat box in case like we have similar, like I want to do the same thing as he did. So in case I want to contact personally
Okay. So
What I could do is,
or any.
sorry, my bad.
Saksham, yeah.
Saksham, thanks. I was trying to find the name. So one way what you could do, email is one of the best ways to contact me. So you can send it to, I believe, globalizers, and then they can
Yes,
pass it
absolutely.
down to me, and I can definitely get back on that. Generally might take a day or two here and there, but like I'll definitely get back over email. So I believe you guys already have my email ID, correct?
Sir, what about scholarship in this college?
I do not give
Okay.
scholarships, so
So
I do not know about that.
So Neha, would you like to answer this question?
Yes, definitely. So which program you're looking for, undergrad or postgrad?
I guess Devansh asked this question. I couldn't see the name.
Yes, ma'am.
Devansh. Yes. So Devansh, which program do you want to go for? And yes, Devansh is a UG candidate, and
Okay,
he's in
undergrad.
11th class currently. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Devansh, we offer a lot of good scholarships to international students at undergrad level. We have academic scholarships as well, for which there is no separate application required. Along with that, we have departmental scholarships too. So depending on what sort of program you'd be looking for, we have different scholarships for which there are separate applications which you need to fill. And depending on your profile, the scholarship will be given to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
So if anybody has any question, or else we can wrap the session. Neha, Shashank, Dr. He. Okay, so
Good.
here's our contact details. So anybody, if want to reach to Neha or Shashank or Dr. Yi, you can connect on these numbers. These are my WhatsApp number, and we shall get back to you with all your queries and everything. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Yi, for your time and for this wonderful
Welcome.
presentation. It was really helpful for the students. And yes, Neha, thank you for coordinating and answering all my silly queries. And Shashank, thank you for coming and imparting your knowledge.
You're welcome.
It was
And
really
again,
nice
it
talking
was,
to you.
it was
Welcome.
nice talking to everyone and on the group and answering questions. Makes me young again, to be honest.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Naina.
Thank you.
Bye. Take
See ya.
care.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Yi.
Bye, sir.
Here.